Backpacking gear changes constantly. Every year there's a new best tent, there's a lighter pack, and there's a new sleeping pad that promises to change the game. But the truth is, some gear just works. Hi everyone, I'm Justin, and welcome to the channel, Let's Hit the Trail. Here we talk about all things hiking and backpacking, especially backpacking. So if that's your kind of thing, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. And today I'm going to go over 7 pieces of backpacking gear that have not changed in my solo backpacking kit over the last 5 years. These are pieces of gear that I've used on trips like the John Muir Trail, Wonderland Trail, and most of this even came with me on the PCT. And despite all the new gear coming out every year, I keep coming back to these pieces of gear. I'll leave some links in the description for everything I talk about today. Some of them are affiliate links, so if you'd like to support the channel, please use those links below. Enough of the intro, let's get into it. Let's start with something small but incredibly important. The first piece of gear that has not changed in my kit over the last 5 years, actually more than that for this one, is my water filter. And this is of course the Sawyer Squeeze. Now technically, this isn't the exact same one. I have clogged a couple and I have accidentally left some out in freezing temperatures to make them unreliable, but nonetheless, I keep buying the Sawyer Squeeze over and over again anytime I'm in need of a new filter. There's a reason this filter has been the gold standard for hikers for many years, and that's because it's lightweight, reliable, and easy to use. You can screw it directly on a water bottle, you can attach a knock bag to it like I do, and squeeze the water through it and remove all the nasty stuff that you don't want in your water. And the nice thing about the Sawyer Squeeze compared to some other squeeze filters out there is you can back flush this to bring the flow right back when it slows down. Actually, on the most recent trip that Anna and I did when we went back to Arizona, I didn't check this beforehand. This ended up being clogged when we got to camp. Fortunately, we were able to get enough out of it to make it work. But when we got back home, I was able to completely unclog it and bring almost the full flow back. So after years of backpacking, I keep coming back to the Sawyer Squeeze. Next up is another piece of gear that's pretty simple, and that is my Toaks Titanium Pot. Titanium cookware is incredibly common in the backpacking world because it's so light, so durable, and affordable. And this pot is about as simple as it gets. Nothing fancy, it's just literally a pot with a very simple handle attached to it. And honestly, this is exactly what I need. This one is specifically 750 milliliters, and I think that is the perfect size. Usually when I'm backpacking, I'm just bringing some dehydrated meals, some coffee, maybe some ramen. So generally speaking, I'm really just boiling water, doing a little bit of simmering, and drinking coffee. Titanium also holds up really well over time. This is actually the longest lasting piece of gear I think that I own out of everything. I think I've had this pot for going on 10 years, and honestly, it might last another 10. There is nothing fancy about this Toaks pot, but sometimes the simplest gear is the best gear. To go with the cook pot is the next piece of gear, which is my stove, and that is the MSR PocketRocket Deluxe. And I think I've been using this exact stove for going on 6 or so years at this point. There are lots of great backpacking stoves out there, but this one hits a nice balance of price and reliability, and it just keeps working. It's got a built-in igniter, so firing it up is really easy. It's got great stability, and of course it's got a pressure regulator, so this works even when the temperatures get really cold and when the fuel can starts running low. It also has really good flame control, so if you do need to simmer, which I occasionally do, this is a great stove. It's small, it's lightweight, it nests inside of my pot with a fuel canister, and I am going to keep bringing it. Next up is actually going to be some clothing, and these are going to be my socks. And of course, these are darn tough socks. If you've been around the backpacking world for any period of time, I'm sure you're familiar with darn tough. Now, kind of like the Sawyer Squeeze, of course this is not the exact same pair of socks that I've had since 2021 or earlier, but I keep coming back to this exact same style, which is the darn tough Micro Crew hiking socks. They're incredibly durable, super comfortable, and they do come with a lifetime warranty that I should probably do a better job taking advantage of. Because if you do put a hole in your darn tough socks, they will replace them for free. When you're hiking long distances out on the trail, having a comfortable and durable pair of socks makes a huge difference in preventing blisters and just keeping your feet comfortable while you're out on the trail, which is why I keep coming back to Darn Tough socks. The next piece of gear is one of my favorites, and it is probably one of the most popular jackets out there on the trails, at least on the long trails, and that is the Enlightened Equipment Torrid jacket. Now, I know Enlightened Equipment has been in the news a little bit recently because of a controversy with a sister company of theirs, but I'm not getting into that here. I'm just letting you know what gear has really worked for me over the years, and this is one of those pieces of gear. This has been one of my favorite insulation layers for the last 5 years. Now, this uses synthetic sheet insulation, so unlike a lot of packable down jackets, this synthetic insulation will keep you warm even when it gets damp. Now, the nice thing about using the synthetic sheet insulation is when the jacket finally starts getting a little worn out, which mine finally is, and you get a hole in it, like if this was down, feathers would just be everywhere. But because this is that synthetic sheet insulation, it stays put. It's also extremely lightweight and packs down really small, and I think it is the perfect balance of warmth and weight. This is one of those pieces of gear that I bring on literally every trip I go on. All right, we have 2 pieces of gear left, and they're getting a little bit more substantial. So the next piece of gear on my list is my quilt, and this is another Enlightened Equipment piece of gear. This is the Enlightened Equipment Revelation 20-degree quilt. If you're new to backpacking and you're not too familiar with quilts, a quilt is basically a lightweight alternative to a traditional sleeping bag. So there's no full back to it. You strap it down to your sleeping pad, cinch the neck, at least if you're me, and it keeps you nice and warm without the extra weight. That design eliminates the extra material that you'd normally be sleeping on and compressing, which wouldn't provide much warmth at that point anyway. The result is a system that's lighter, more versatile, and I find to be much more comfortable than a traditional claustrophobic sleeping bag. And there's a reason this specific quilt model is one of the most popular options out there on the long distance trails, because it works. Now, when I hiked the PCT, I didn't bring this quilt. I actually shared a different Enlightened Equipment Accomplice quilt with Anna along our journey, but this has come with me on almost every single solo trip over the last 5 years. This quilt has been through a lot of miles with me, and it's consistently been warm, comfortable, and reliable. And I'm going to continue to bring this on all of my 3-season solo backpacking trips. And just like that, we are on to the last piece of gear on the list. Little drum roll. What could it be? It's going to be my tent. This is the Gossamer Gear the One. This is an ultralight single wall trekking pole shelter that I got in 2021, and this, like almost everything else I talked about today, has come with me on nearly every solo trip that I've taken since I got it in 2021. If you're not familiar with this tent, this is an ultralight trekking pole shelter, which means you have to use your trekking poles as the tent structure instead of traditional tent poles. This helps keep the tent super lightweight. The tent itself is only 18 ounces, and I think with the stakes and the guy lines, my ground sheet, which is right at the top of the sack, and the stuff sack, all in, I think this was 23 ounces, maybe 24 ounces, super lightweight. But what I really like about this tent is the balance that it strikes between price, weight, and livability. It's easy to set up and take down, and it's plenty spacious for one person. Actually quite roomy when you're lying inside of it. At least if you're 5'10", like I am. This tent has held up really well for me over the years. There actually was one occasion where the zipper broke on me, but I mailed it to Gossamer Gear and they replaced it with a little bit more robust zipper at no charge. Definitely Gossamer Gear is a good company to go and support. Now, kind of like the quilt, on the PCT, Anna and I shared a tarp tent, but this Gossamer Gear the One was with me on the JMT and almost every single other solo trip I have done in the last 5 years. It's probably got close to 1,000 miles on it, it's still going strong, and I'm gonna keep bringing it with me. And despite so many other great options out there, This just keeps working, and I can't really justify spending hundreds of dollars to replace something that just does its job. As of this recording, this is actually sold out on the Gossamer Gear website. I think they're about to release a new version, so I'm keeping my eyes peeled for that. Whatever it is, I'm sure it's going to be fantastic. So those are 7 pieces of gear that have been consistent in my backpacking kit over the last 5 years. You know, it's nice to know that in a world where new gear is constantly being released and the next big thing keeps being promised, that the best gear is oftentimes just the gear that keeps working. If you're curious, I'm going to leave links to everything I talked about down in the description, and some of those links, again, will help out this channel tremendously. And I am curious, what's one piece of gear that you have used over the years that you have not felt the need to replace? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll leave a link down here somewhere to the 4 most important pieces of gear. I think you'll like that video as well. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I'll see you out on the trail. Cheers.